Hi and welcome back. So, let's start off by making a logo on the headstock. I've made a paper stencil that I'm just sticking down to the headstock. It's paper with adhesive on the backside, and I'm just making sure I don't have any air bubbles. That's why I'm moving my fingers back and forth. And then I'm putting in some details in the big G. Just a different part, basically. Making sure it's exactly where it needs to go. And then I'm putting some masking tape around it just to make sure once I paint, I don't get any paint on around the logo. I just want it inside the logo. And then I'm putting down a couple of light coats of gold spray paint, and I'm doing a couple of light coats because I don't want any bubbles of paint or the paint to run or anything like that. And here you can see the logo once it's been drying for a bit, and I'm just removing the tape, and then I'm removing the paper stencil as well. Revealing the logo. There you can see, and I'm just taking it away piece by piece. Then I'm using a knife and I'm just taking away the tiny little pieces of paper that I couldn't get away with the first. And I'm being super careful and making sure I'm not scratching anything. I'm just lightly touching the paper and removing it. And then I'm putting down a couple of layers of clear coat just to protect it, and so it won't get scratchy or come off or anything like that. And here you can see it. Gibberish is what I'm going with, so you can play authentically if you want to, basically. And then after that I'm putting a stain on the back of the headstock, starting with the side and making this really dark red, and then I'm moving it inwards, and I'm slowly making it lighter and lighter, just to fade it in. Basically, I'm trying to make a fade. The red becomes darker around the edges and lighter red in the middle. So I'm just moving the color back and forth, and I'm putting in some more, and I'm taking some away, and I'm basically just moving the paint around, waiting for it to dry, and putting on some more, and then I'm doing the same thing on the sides. I'm putting down a dark line along the binding, and the binding has true oil on it, so I don't have to be super careful if it gets on the binding, because the binding is basically protected by the true oil. But I'm really trying to make sure that the edge is getting really dark, and you can see here I'm starting to try and smidge it on, and I'm making it even darker, because for what I'm going for, it's really good to exaggerate the darkness and make it a really, really dark red, and then slowly make it lighter and lighter the further up I go. So I'm really trying to push that color in and make it blood red, and then I'm just smearing it around. I'm using a piece of tissue to peel it away a bit, even it out. And I'm doing the same thing in the end of the guitar, only I'm using blue and purple here instead, and I'm trying to make a fade between the natural colors, just like I did with the spray cans on the body, just to make everything look like it belongs together. Basically, I'm going with a theme here of red and blue, and the colors matching and fading into each other. So here I'm basically just doing the same thing again, though I have to say that the wood absorbed the blue in a much different way. And I'm also sanding everything away. I'm basically just going over everything a couple of times, and I'm going back and forth, and I'm sanding and reapplying color, and I'm sanding again, and then I'm reapplying it again, and doing it basically just so I get the color I want in the end. You put color on and you sand it, and then you put new colors on, and you do that a couple of times, and you get these really rich, vibrant colors where everything blends together perfectly. So I recommend you do that if you're building a guitar. It will be really nice looking. If you want to get interesting fades, you can apply color and then paint them over again and sand them back and apply again, and do that a couple of times, and you can get these really cool rich effects of different colors, which you will see soon when I'm done sanding. There's a lot of sanding when you're building a guitar, so it's something you're just gonna have to get used to. 90% of building a guitar is sanding, if not more, probably more, maybe 99% of building a guitar. Applying some more color. I'm putting down a very light red, just to raise the grain of the wood, but also like let it soak in a natural way. And then I'm applying the dark blue again, and becoming a purple, and I'm smearing it in the middle, and I'm trying to fade it out. So I'm basically having two fades, a blue one that goes from the middle out, and a red one that goes from the out inwards, to create this unique effect of color moving in different directions. It might look a bit weird right now, but it'll look nice once everything is in its right place. And once obviously it's all covered in true oil, it will have this popping effect where it looks really nice. And here you can see the guitar neck, and this is before the true oil has gone on, and it's looking really nice. You can see you can start to see the different colors blending together and fading in towards each other. And here I'm scraping the sides because some color got on the binding, even though I had put down true oil to protect it, but it wasn't hard at all to clean up. And then I'm putting down some masking tape because I'm gonna oil it up. You can see a close-up of the effect that I'm going for. It doesn't show as nicely as it does in real life, but it looks really cool once everything looks cool once it gets oil on. Basically, that's when the guitar basically comes alive. And I'm putting some true oil down on the guitar neck as well. I mean, I've already said that, but here you can see me actually doing it. You can see what happens. Well, that's it. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoy it.